Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, why does the present moment seem so insignificant? This question is the foundation of our exploration today as we delve into the transformative teachings of Eckhart Tolle's seminal work, The Power of Now. This book is more than just a collection of words, it's Tolle's personal journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. He found himself in the throes of extreme emotional pain and psychological distress, a state of being that forced his consciousness to withdraw from its identification with the unhappy and deeply fearful self. What was left was his true nature, a state of inherent contentedness. Tolle's experience underpins the essence of his teachings, the difference between the ego, our false self, and our true nature, the self that can only exist in the present moment. In The Power of Now, Tolle invites us to join him on a journey of self-discovery. He seeks to change our mindsets, to shift our focus from the past that has been and the future that is yet to come, to the present moment, the only moment we truly have. Tolle's teachings argue that our minds are often trapped in a cycle of regret and worry. We replay past events, dwell on what we could have done differently, and stress about what the future may bring. This constant state of mental turmoil distracts us from the peace and happiness that can only be found in the present moment. The power of now, as Tolle explains, is the ability to break free from this cycle. It's about learning to live in the present, to experience life as it happens, rather than being lost in thoughts of what was or what could be. It's about understanding the difference between the ego and our true nature and learning to align ourselves with the latter. The goal? Inner peace and happiness. A state of being that's not dependent on external circumstances or future outcomes but exists here and now. A state of being that's accessible to all of us if we choose to embrace the power of the present moment. So, are you ready to change your mindset and experience inner peace? Did you know that the present moment is all we really have, yet we often overlook it? This is a profound realization that Eckhart Tolle brings to light in his seminal work, The Power of Now. We spend so much of our lives trapped in the labyrinth of our minds, replaying past events or fretting over future uncertainties, that we forget to appreciate the beauty of the now. Tolle argues that the present moment is the only time that truly exists. The past is but a collection of memories, and the future is nothing more than an array of possibilities. In essence, the past and future are both constructs of the mind, and by incessantly focusing on them, we rob ourselves of the joy of the present moment. Strikingly, Tolle suggests that our tendency to dwell in the past or future is not merely a distraction, but a form of self-imprisonment. We become trapped in our thoughts, which can often be negative or anxiety-inducing, and this prevents us from experiencing the peace and happiness that the present moment can provide. But how do we break free from this mental cage and start living in the now? Tolle offers some practical advice. One powerful method is to pay attention to your breath. Breathing is an automatic process that happens in the present. By focusing on the sensation of each inhale and exhale, we can anchor ourselves in the current moment, breaking the chain of past and future thoughts. Another technique is to fully immerse ourselves in our surroundings. Notice the colors, the sounds, the smells. Feel the texture of the objects around you. By engaging our senses, we can ground ourselves in the physical reality of the present moment. And so, we see that the present moment is not just a point in time, but a state of mind, a way of being. It is a space where we can find true happiness, free from the shackles of past regrets and future worries. Remember, the key to happiness lies in the present moment. Ever wondered what the ego really is, or what exactly is the pain body? Let's delve into these concepts, as expounded by Eckhart Tolle in his transformative work, The Power of Now. Tolle describes the ego as our self-created identity. It's a false sense of self, constructed by our minds. We often weave narratives about who we are based on our past experiences, future aspirations, or societal expectations. However, these narratives, these identities, are not our true selves. They are merely constructs of our mind, illusions that we mistake for reality. And it's this identification with the ego, this false self, that brings about suffering. We become entangled in our own stories, losing sight of our inherent worth and wholeness. But how do we disengage from this illusion? Tolle offers a simple yet profound solution. Observe your thoughts, without judgment. As you become a silent watcher of your thoughts, you start to realize that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer. This awareness creates a distance between you and your ego, allowing you to see it for what it truly is, a fiction. Now let's turn to the concept of the pain body. According to Tolle, the pain body is an accumulation of old emotional pain that we carry within us. It's like a dark shadow that feeds on negative thoughts and experiences, growing stronger with each painful memory. Most people identify with their pain bodies, reliving their past traumas and hurts, and thus, continuing the cycle of suffering. And again, the remedy lies in observation without judgment. When you notice the pain body arising within you, don't fight it, don't feed it with more negative thoughts. Instead, simply observe it. This non-judgmental observation shines the light of consciousness on the pain body, dissolving its power over you. Observing without judgment is the first step towards detaching from your ego and pain body. It's the key to breaking free from the chains of suffering and stepping into the liberating realm of the present moment. So start observing, start living in the now. What if I told you that inner peace is always within your reach and that it can improve your relationships? Picture this: a serene lake, untouched, the surface perfectly reflecting the sky above. This is the image of inner peace that Eckhart Tolle presents. It's always there, beneath the ripples and waves caused by external circumstances. We just need to dive deep into the present moment to experience it. So how do we cultivate this inner peace? Tolle suggests meditation or spending time in nature. These activities encourage us to become fully immersed in the present moment, to be aware of the here and now. As we focus on our breath during meditation or the rustle of leaves in the wind, we are drawn away from the incessant chatter of our minds and into the tranquility of the present. We become observers of our thoughts, not participants, allowing us to detach from our ego and our pain bodies. But what's the connection between inner peace and relationships? Well, when we are present, when we are not trapped in our past or anxious about our future, we can truly listen to others. We can engage with them without judgment or criticism, without the filters of our ego or pain bodies. Imagine a conversation where you are fully present, truly listening. You are not formulating your response while the other person is still speaking. You are not bringing past resentments or future worries into the interaction. You are just there, in the moment, with them. That's the power of presence in relationships. Tolle encourages us to practice this presence in all our interactions. It's not easy, but like any skill, it gets easier with practice, and the rewards are immense. As we cultivate inner peace and bring presence into our relationships, we create deeper, more meaningful connections. Remember, you don't need to wait for a special occasion or a quiet moment to practice presence. Every moment is an opportunity to be present, to cultivate inner peace. It's always there, within your reach. Cultivate inner peace and watch how your relationships flourish. So, how can you start living in the now? Embarking on this journey requires the understanding that the present moment is all there is. It's the stage where the play of life unfolds. You see, our minds have a tendency to get caught up in memories of the past or anxieties about the future, but true contentment lies in embracing the now. Eckhart Tolle, in his book The Power of Now, emphasizes that the ego, this false sense of self we construct in our minds, is often the culprit behind our suffering. It keeps us tethered to past regrets and future worries, distracting us from the beauty of the present moment. But the good news is, we have the power to detach from the ego. It begins by observing our thoughts without judgment. This doesn't mean we suppress or ignore our thoughts, but rather we acknowledge them, understand them, and let them pass without allowing them to consume us. It's like watching clouds pass by in the sky. They come, they go, but they don't define the sky, just like our thoughts don't define us. Moreover, Tolle introduces the concept of the pain body, a collection of negative emotions we carry within us. Just like the ego, we can learn to observe our pain body without judgment, understanding that it is not who we truly are. Our true nature is one of inherent contentedness, peace, and happiness, and it's always available to us if we choose to be present. Living in the now also has the power to transform our relationships. When we are fully present, we listen without judgment or criticism, we respond rather than react, and we cultivate deeper connections with others. In essence, the power of now teaches us to achieve inner peace and happiness by living in the present moment. It's a practice, a journey of self-discovery and growth. And just like any other journey, it starts with a single step. So, take that step today. Start observing your thoughts without judgment, detach from your ego, embrace the present moment, and watch as your life begins to transform. Remember, the power of now is in your hands and it's time you harness it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more enlightening content.